Alright, in this lesson we're going to be looking at converting percents to decimals. So in the most basic form, one thing, if we just had, let's say we had a single digit. Let's say that we had 2%. So I would hit 2, I would hit my question mark, and then you could keep clicking it till it goes over to the percent sign, or you can use your mouse pad to go ahead and go over to it. Then you hit enter, and you hit enter again. But this is going to bring up a dilemma. Notice it gave me this odd fraction, right? 1 over 50, which is accurate, it is true. But a lot of the students are going to want, instead of a fraction, they really prefer to have a actual decimal, right? Because we said we're converting a percent to a decimal. And this is not a decimal, this is a fraction. So what we're going to do to get around that, they're going to put in their value for the percent, and then they're going to put a decimal after it. Anytime you put a decimal after it, the calculator knows to automatically convert it to a decimal. So I'm then going to put my percent button, hit enter 2 times, and now notice it did change it to a decimal. So just keep in mind that you do have to let them know that they have to go ahead and put a decimal after the number if they want it to convert. Now where I run into an issue with this is you'll have that student who has one that already has a decimal. So let's say they had 2.6% is what was in the story. You're doing an exponential problem, decay or growth, and they know they have to convert that particular decimal, or even if it's simple interest or compound interest. In this case, they don't have to put the decimal because it's already there. So if I hit enter real quick, notice that it converts it to 0.026. What I run into is some students, because they get so used to putting the decimal after the number to convert it, they will put in 2.6 and then they'll go ahead and put a second decimal after it. Let me just give you an example, a second decimal. And then they'll go ahead and try to do the percent button. When this happens, they're going to get a syntax error code. This is very common to happen in the classroom in 8th grade math and in Algebra 1. So go ahead and explain this to your students when you're talking to them. Just tell them that if it already has a decimal, you don't need to put one. But if it doesn't have a decimal, like for instance 2%, you have to put it or it will not convert it properly. And that's how you do a percent to a decimal.